This is the Gypsy Hermit Tarot. Welcome to my channel. When it comes to donating to my channel, the details are in the description box below. So this is a reading for Twin Flames, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, about the connection between you. It's about the connection between the feminine and the masculine, okay? Already at the bottom of the deck, it seems that I don't know if this is only the masculine or if it's the feminine, but there's something between worlds. It's like the light of the twin flame journey, right? Is what we come into, and it almost takes us back to some historic or otherworldly existence where we've known each other in previous lifetimes. It's like between lifetimes almost. You know what I mean? Like this is like, you know how in the movies back in the 50s and before everything was in black and white and now everything's in vibrant color. It's like the present is what's in the color. What we most of the time don't remember is past lifetimes. Some of us do remember past lifetimes, but there's something about this that we've done in past lifetimes that we need to clean up for this time when it comes to the twins. There's something that needs to be cleaned up in the connection. You know, like our behavior, our perception, the way we treat one another, our lack of surety about the journey, you know. This is the druid. He says, hold space. Hold the space. You're supposed to hold the space in your heart that there is that specific person that you are connected to, even though they are in a tangible, separate body. You'll know the connection, but you have to shift. Didn't I already say shift your perception? Is something we need to change. And there's magic we need to unlock. This is the twins. This is the twins. Okay. I used to have a book when I was younger. I've always loved all of the world's religions. I've always studied all of the races on the planet. Not that I can functionally deal with every race as a black woman, but I've always done deep research into just a lot of things. And one of the things, what was I about to say? Shoot. Oh, one of the things that I came across was the Book of the World's Religions, and it was written by this young anthropologist. He was a cultural anthropologist, and so he had studied religions. And he was saying that to some people, right, devotion in their temple is the path to God. To some people, devotion to their family is the path to God. And to some people, work is the path to God. To some people, a spiritual journey where you just have almost blind faith when God or divine tells you to do something, or you feel pulled towards something, you know what I mean? And then you do it. It's like a magical, there's something about, excuse me, there's something about the connection between the masculine and the feminine that's magical, but we're losing it or we've lost it. And we need to be reminded, wait a minute, hold space in your heart that this person does exist. Hold space in your heart and believe in the magic of it. Change your perception that someone that has broken your heart or has treated you a certain way, change your perception that it's even them. And actually open yourself up to not knowing who it is. How about that? Only for the purpose of not being stuck. Because right now, there's still some residual stuck energy in the collective. I would even venture to say in the feminine, but also in the masculine, because as as much as we are stuck on some of the wrong people, some of the masculines are stuck on the wrong feminine. This is something I have felt since the beginning. Let me tell you why I say that. The person that I now believe, and don't feel like if it doesn't happen for you right now, this year is never going to happen. Stop. Stop being pessimistic. But the person I thought down to the bone, because when I was talking to him and I had my awakening and found out about this whole journey, it was while I was dealing with him. So I assumed he was my masculine. Now I believe we were like false twins to each other. But this is what I want to say. This man dealt with so many spiritually beautiful women. Like, it would not, and a lot of them were following the twin flame journey. Do you know what I mean? So this is why I stopped watching tarot for he's coming back. He realizes how much he loves you. Can I tell you, everybody, not everybody, but a lot of the women that have dealt with this same person that I was dealing with have been following the steps of the divine feminine, have been following the wisdom to separate, to walk away, to go radio silent. He comes back in and out of their lives too. He realizes he loves them too. So I'm telling you, this cured my ass. So when I would go to those readings, it started dawning on me. Because I would see different signs, and there are certain, because me and him, we know a lot of people in common. So there were certain people whose signs I knew, and I'm just like, it could very much, and their sign would be saying somebody's coming back. He really loves you. All your love and devotion you've poured into him, he realizes you're his empress. And I'm just like, that could be such and such. Regardless of the fact of what my moon rising in Venus sign is, or my north node, or whatever. I mean, you see what I'm saying? It's like, no. Leave the tricky stuff alone. Because some of us intuitively know that certain people have had that kind of track record, and we know instinctively he's not our person. Like, there's no way. There's no way. Because at the same time he's with any grimy woman that'll let him hit, he's with phenomenal feminines. Definitely divine feminine energy. And they are treating him like he is their bona fide masculine. I'm sorry. This is not the fantasy channel. It's not. I'm sorry, because the way I handle myself is not like that. See, this is the feminine. The best of us chalk it up to a lesson of, okay, there was some of it, because the false twin resembles your true twin. For some of you, he was not a divine masculine, but he had some really remarkable, gifts and traits and energies. And for others of us, he was a divine masculine. And that's how we got fucked up. Just real talk, But chalk it up to a lesson. Because I almost called him a name. Ooh, see, this is what I'm talking about. He was running through many. He had not fully come out of whatever he's been to the world. He didn't come out of that yet. He had not when you started talking to him or dealing with him, or you fell in the bed with him, or whatever. However you became connected. Excuse me. But he was dealing with many, and a lot of them, some of you all got, and this happened to me and my friend, some of you came into contact with your false twin, and he started off from the wisdom of twin flame. And you didn't even know about it yet. You just thought, well, why? He getting deep. I mean, what did he just say? That's how it happened for me too. Why? Because he's been fucking around with divine feminines. And each time he learns more and he grows a little bit more and a little bit more because he's headed toward his true feminine. And we should be the same way. We should not be stuck on one person that it has not panned out. We should never allow ourselves to be stuck. See? This was someone from your past. And he came into your life very fast, but fleetingly. Like in and out. He came in and almost as quickly as he came in. For some of us, it was just a month or two. Gone. But you had known him. And that's why it devastated you, because you had known him so long. But then the path you were on after he left was totally changed. That you missed that part. We all missed that part, that our life had been totally changed. We had been, just opened up. This person was opened up more. Like, and I've said this, even in some of my talks, that he even confessed he could feel the love coming between us. But at the same time, something about it wasn't right. Well, that kind of exchange is spiritual. So really, all it, and even if it's something more, I don't know anymore. I don't worry about it. I don't bank on it. I don't. I really believe my masculine is yet to be met. Because I had God showed me. He showed me like the outline of his body, the color of his hair. Yeah. So I'm just saying, but it's pertinent for us to pay attention to the details, to what we learned, to how it still elevated us, because there was something in it that was of the soul. And it still grew us up a bit. And we still experience shit we didn't experience before. That happens with the false twin. That's all I'm saying. There was a purity to the connection, whether he was living a pure lifestyle or not, whether our anger was pure or not. And to a certain extent, both of us, the feminine and the masculine, when we came, or this person, when we came into contact with each other, we were not abundant yet. He was not fully accepting his identity, and he was not our masculine. This is the masculine in reverse. He was not our masculine, but he was a masculine. He was not yet living in abundance, and neither were we. Yet he has the potential. It was lying dormant. And so now that you've separated from this particular person, that many have separated from also, some of you are oblivious and do not even know that. Like, you do not even or believe that this person that was with so many, that some of them were divine feminine. Like, you don't. You think that you were the best in a heap of women, right? Because you're divine feminine, the rest were just karmics. We love to throw that around, don't we? Well, he's with another karmic. No. I'm telling you, this shit is deeper than that. And in some cases, yes. Okay, maybe. But I've never read a bunch of books about karmics. I have not. When it comes to the twin flame journey, I have not. I have not. From what I've read, what's kept the true divine feminine and masculine apart has been themselves not being willing to compromise a career or give up one opportunity so you all can spend time together and grow and maybe get married, and then have to sacrifice. Someone would have to sacrifice something. And it just was that they would not do it. Neither side would do it. But the work they did together was astounding. Those are the books I've read. Or books that talk about what it actually is, what the soul's ascension looks like, what a soulmate is, what a twin soulmate is, things like that. But all of this karmic narrative about some skank is just always after your masculine, always, and he's sex addicted. I haven't read that. I haven't read that. And from the couples I've seen, I haven't heard that. The couples I truly have seen that are just so beautiful, all you see, all you know is that they are together. All you see is the beautiful energy between them. They don't bring up no other babes. Like they don't. So I'm just saying, we need to flow more. But we got to let go in order to flow. Hold on a second. Okay, let's get the overall energy between you and your masculine, whether you've met him or not. Okay, I'm going to shuffle for a minute. Get the energy flowing. Overall energy between divine feminine, divine masculine. Overall energy between divine. Ooh. Flew out. Not for you. See? What if I told you that there are some divine masculines that keep a harem of divine feminines? I saw there's a divine masculine who has a channel. And and I didn't watch a lot of his stuff because, anyway, I ain't gonna judge nobody. I just know what I hear and see and feel. But he wasn't even talking about his own feminine. He was talking about how he realized someone he was in a relationship with was not his feminine. And she ended up being disappointed because she thought he was cheating or whatever. But then his next thing out of his mouth was he was friends with a divine feminine who's waiting for her masculine to be ready. And then that what he learned by being in contact with her is that you can make love energetically, like in the spirit realm. Whether this person is your true feminine or not. And I'm just like, he a hoe. That's all he's really illustrating on a spiritual level. Is that down to the ground, you have not, and that is, if that was your feminine, she left you for the right reasons. Because you are bringing hoism or the game to the journey. So you know what I mean? You've glowed up some. You're growing in spiritual understanding. You're fascinated about it. But what you really get fascinated about is sexual content now in the spirit realm and shit. The fuck? There's so many beautiful masculines out here that everybody's not sex addicted. Like, for real. Everybody's not. Some of these people, just like I say, some of these feminines that glow up just to, catch a dude, get your man or whatever. Some of these dudes glow up just to catch more women. And they're learning spiritual wisdom to catch more women. It's not even deeper than that. And they're calling themselves masculine. So that feminine is not for you. That masculine is not for you. So that's I think that's the lesson for the twins. Knowing, getting down to the root, to the spirit of what you keep claiming somebody is, but knowing it's not. Underneath it all, at your best, when you're not afraid to be alone, overall energy for the feminine and the masculine. Yeah, see? That feminine, masculine is not for you. But let me get all the cards across. I don't know if that's all it's saying. Ooh. One more. Damn. I knew the deep knowing card was going to come out. New bottom of the deck is higher power. Why won't we have faith? If we had faith and stopped grieving and pining, if you're going to listen to listen to readers that even if it's just entertainment, it's spiritually quality. Like Saltwater Heals Tarot. Her visualization that she paints is just so romantic and beautiful and possible. We have to be able to imagine. Look at that. Babe, look at that. The truth be told, you would know. You would know. There would be no doubt. It would be no back and forth because he keep doing or this. No, you would know for a surety, and it would not bother you. The coming and the going of it all. Because he's always there. He's not going anywhere. Let me show you something. So between the twins, there's not for you, yin energy, imagine, time for a nap, chop wood, truth be told, and deep knowing. Hold on a second. So yeah, it's not for you, yin energy, imagine, time for a nap, chop wood, truth be told, deep knowing. This is about a lesson, but a process, right? It's purifying your spirit and continuing on a journey. This is about not stopping at something that potentially just could not be for you. It just might not be the right person. So take a rest. Go imagine what the true feminine would be like. And just that you see the feminine, the masculine is here too. So imagine, this is what God wants you to do. It's almost like he's saying, come on, what are you doing? Imagining what the masculine really is as you go about your daily tasks. There's peace in work. The path of God, the journey of the twin flame can be found in daily tasks. Why? Because it's meditative. Work is meditative. Me being back in school has given me something to focus my mind on other than a person. And it feeds my spirit. Doing excellently, striving for more credentials that's going to absolutely put me at the top of my field because I have the passion and the spirit to serve humanity through it. Do you see what I'm saying? You need something. You got to give that a rest so that if it is the right person, the energy of it you not being for each other as divine feminines and divine masculines can be cleared away, or the clarity, the knowing what it is, knowing the truth of what it is can actually be brought to fruition, can be brought to the forefront instead of the worry of the drama of the world. All right, so let's see what your connection's about. This is beautiful. I love twin flame readings. All right. How does divine feminine feel about the masculine? How does divine feminine feel about the masculine? And I'm not going to do this as long as I did the other one. How does divine feminine feel about the masculine? Okay. How does divine feminine feel about the masculine? 2 more cards. How does divine feminine feel about the okay? Yeah. And this is it's so easy. We know this. This is like old hand at this point on the journey, Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. God damn. The feminine feels like her and a certain person are counterparts. She feels like there's a spark between her and a certain person, and this is counterparts. But what if it's just counterparts when it comes to the quality of lover? You can't only pin it on the spark of passion, right? And you can't just jump in because you meet someone that you have crazy chemistry with. Let me tell you something. One thing about being friends with men is that men, no matter if they come into your life for what, they tell you all their business. And my friend told me how once he met a woman on a beach in Jamaica. And it's like he sat down next to her and shared his energy with her, or poured it out or something. It's like they connected. And he left his energy open to connect with her. And then they had sex on the beach. And that was it. You know what I mean? But it was memorable as fuck, right? Why? Because he unwittingly shared his soul with her. And that caused her to open up spiritually too. Like he plays with that. So this don't, you can't. What if he tells that to his real divine feminine one day? Because he's the kind of person that he talks. But he does it in a way to make the woman feel insecure, so she'll just keep letting him get his way, but when he's playing on her. So, divine feminine or no, his game don't change. So that don't make a divine feminine and a divine masculine, just so you know. I mean, I know it means counterparts, but just alone, no. So feminine, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the World card, the Eight of Swords, and the Three of Cups. What you feel about him is that together you all will make a lot of money. Aside from having a great, passionate connection, you would make a lot of money together. If you could ever get it started, if you could ever get over being trapped in your mind about him always being in a third-party situation. If you could end that and have a new beginning besides that, you all could create a lot of, that's what you really feel. It's like, it's not even, let me see. Like, I don't even see love. And with the King and Queen of Wands, y'all, you definitely feel like you all have some passionate shit. Like your connection is so passionate, it has to be divine. That's how you feel about it. Like you want to jump in with him just based on that. And the fact that you will make some money. But where's the love? Where's the divine love, though? Let's see. I'm going to pull 2 cards, see if we can find any. What else? Oh, okay. Well, did I ask for the love? Okay. But why is that there? Why did the lovers come out? Damn. The lovers came out it's like there's a connection, but, there's a connection, but you all are wounded people. There's a connection way underneath, but your wounds won't let you get to it. I'm going to have to pull 2 more cards. This is not going to be as short as I thought. I don't understand. What is this? The strength that it takes for divine feminine and divine masculine to make the transition from ego reactions to the worldly parts of each other to let's get down to business. Let's get down to the brass tacks of this connection is going to take a lot of strength. And it's going to have to take a lot of strength in spite of the facts of what he is. I don't know. I don't know how that, I don't know. Oh, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. Because this is about your feelings, feminine. That's how you feel. It's like, so you have to, this is how you feel when you talk about it. So I have to punk myself to deal with a fuckboy in the body, or to deal with my masculine in the body, in the worldly paradigm of a fuckboy. That's what you're telling me, God. Let me see what he feels about you. Ooh-wee. I mean, I don't get it either. I don't. I like freedom too much. But how does the masculine feel about the connection with the feminine? How does the masculine feel about all of this? Two of Pentacles. It's compelling. It does make him not know which way to go. It causes him to pause, and like he learns lessons, and he knows from his life experiences, he always ends up here. Because like I said, he's had some wonderful divine feminines that he's fallen in love with or been lovers with, or, it almost worked out, but they were on their shit, so they walked away, and put themselves first and became rich and famous or whatever. I don't know. And then the wheel of fortune turns, and here comes another divine feminine. And that looks like the mask. Doesn't that look like the emperor? In the middle, it's like his own divine self takes him right down the path to meeting, and it's always kismet. It's always chance. Like, how did I run into such and such? Why am I having this kind of experience when I just let go of something else, and before he can really even heal, here comes another true feminine. This is interesting. Ooh, no, that's too much. But let me see. Yeah, because listen, he's getting closer and closer to his destiny, but he's doing it in the way that a man would do it, right? His ego, his spirit leads him to a divine counterpart, not necessarily his true twin, but just someone that he's going to have a divine or a spiritual connection with. His ego gets in the way of it again, to the point that he knows he wants justice. He wants his feminine, right? He wants his destiny, his star. He wants the healing. He wants to rest. God, he wants to rest. But his ego gets in the way. And then another feminine walks away. And then God gives him another opportunity. But I don't know if he's learning the lessons. Because if God keeps giving you divine feminine after divine feminine, and you treat them the same, you're missing the point, which is why he's not, he hasn't met his true feminine, which is you. He hasn't met her yet. Look at this. Look at that shit. And he sees them the same way you see yourself. Feminine. The same way you see the two of you, he sees the two of you the same way. But it's also the same way he sees everyone else he gets involved with. There's always a deep spark of passion in it. Always. See, strength. You and your true masculine are mirroring each other. That's crazy. So you got the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands and the Strength card What we doing? What we doing over here? But at the same time, and see, and didn't I say? And he keeps meeting these people, and he keeps coming in contact with these beautiful energies of feminine energies who walk away from him because they're looking for their real masculine, but they get stuck because they recognize this is a divine masculine. He's so great. He definitely seems, but he needs to take a break. He needs a break. So many options, and they're all beautiful. That's why he needs a break. Because it's not getting him any closer. You know, he's just adding dirt to his own. It's like throwing dirt on the sun. You know, it's like the story in the Bible of, and I don't know who it was, of the people that were excuse me, throwing dirt on a donkey that had fallen into a ditch. He's throwing dirt on himself because he doesn't know how to stop this cycle. And it seems like every time he meets another feminine, true divine feminine, and he wonders, is that the one? And he's always, all his life, he's wanted that kind of love. But he can't stop himself from getting in the way at the same time. But he needs a break. Because he keeps getting left. He keeps getting left. It's so heartbreaking. Meanwhile, look at this shit. You had the lovers too. Meanwhile, this is like right in his energy. Who you are is right in his energy. If he would just go harder for his abundance, he would find you. How did I get here? How did I get to this, to all of this? I just asked the question of how y'all felt about each other, feminine and masculine, and it's so deep and so much is mirroring. It's crazy. It's so crazy. And he feels so stuck. Like, look at this. He feels so stuck in this. Like, do you have any compassion? He feels so stuck in this shit. His soul. He's throwing dirt on his own soul. And the only hope that he has is that there's a time that miraculously something's going to happen and it's going to move forward. And an important achievement, like if he can just, and in most of the masculine's minds, it's money, but it's really, if he could seek, abundance is not just money. It's about happiness. It's about satisfaction. It's about what were your ultimate dreams when you allowed yourself at whatever time in your life that you were in, that you allowed yourself to imagine. What would be my ultimate existence in this realm? What could I possibly produce that I would just be happy and peaceful and productive? You know, what? Self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. There's something he's supposed to be doing, but he has to get it right of what it is. This is what I want to say to all of us. Because everything does not have to happen or look the way that we assume it was going to. So, like with my getting back into school and having more income and applying for jobs on campus online to supplement what I have. Now all of a sudden I had applied for all these jobs. Now all of a sudden I have all these interviews for full-time university positions that pay well, right? Why am I mentioning that? Because in the complex where I live, there are these condos. So it's like being in a, you know how in most very nice apartment complexes, you have some units they'll sell as a condo. So they have these units that are for sale, and they're just like little cottages, just like I live in now. And there's one that the owner like totally gut rehab, just so gorgeous, and it's not a lot. Like it's the price is so reasonable, and I'm like, that's my house. I could retire eventually there. I could spend all my life there until I croak, unless I need, to go to hospice or something. But that's my vision. I mean, especially since I'm 55. But then I had a thought of, well, what if I, don't get the job I'm about to interview for on Tuesday? That's right in this town. What if I don't get it? How will I still have that? Where would I find that anywhere? There are other things you can do. How about a park model mobile home? That's a little cottage. Have you ever seen some of them? They're so adorable, right? If you put them in the right spot, you don't have to worry about a tornado taking you away or nothing. And then find a nice handyman. You won't be paying an HOA, especially if you have a little plot in your town that you buy along with it. No. Save your HOA fee for a nice handyman to keep your property up perfectly. So there's more than one way to skin a cat is my point. And I think sometimes the masculine needs to remember that. It's like he's strained so hard, and it's a burden. It's a burden. He's strained so hard and worked so hard thinking, my abundance. I'm supposed to be a millionaire. I'm supposed to have this, that, and the other, when it's just like, calm down. What if your abundance comes in other ways? What if you're supposed to do it differently than that? So anyway, feminine, what do you want from the connection with your masculine other than the D? Because you definitely want the D. He want to give you the D. I mean, Knight of Wands is on both sides too, and the love is on both. I mean, there's a lot of passion here. Queen of Wands, a lot of passion. He is thinking about you. He ain't even thinking about are y'all counterparts. He's thinking about you. Just like he likes other women for the chemistry too. But anyway, you're specific to him. Even if he doesn't know you, he knows you're going to have that. All right. What do you want from this connection with your masculine, feminine? What do you want from this connection with your masculine? You want some... Damn. There's some you want to walk away from. And they have the 8 of Cups too. I was like, what do you want to walk away from? What do you want to walk away from? You want to walk away from being stuck, waiting for enlightenment, instead of energizing yourself and being enlightened as you live it, right? Being on an enlightened journey, you want to walk away from stuck behavior and enlightenment, because that's what I just came out of. I was stuck going through things with my children. I was on the couch 1 minute, the next minute, 1 hour later, I'm admitted to a new graduate program that's going to get me exactly the position I want, teaching from home online exactly as I want. So you want to eliminate, that's what you need from them. Why do you need that from them though? Why do you want that from the connection? How will the connection give you that? Because he moves out. Whenever he wants to do a thing, like when he really makes up his mind to do something, oh, he's on the move. So you feel like he has inspired you in that way, or he does inspire you. Like whenever you talk to him, there's something in the connection that ignites you to action. But you want to walk away from needing him for that, but you need him from that. I mean, you need that from him. You know what I mean? At the same time that you don't want to need him for that. It's what you get from him. So you kind of need him. That's just how it plays out. Let's get a new card for bottom of the deck for the feminine. The Sun and the Four of Cups. But he has to make the right offer in order for you all to experience that level of abundance consistently or over time. He has to make the right offer. All right. What does the masculine want from the connection with the feminine? What does the masculine want from the connection? He wants a true partnership, maybe even a commitment, a marriage. You're his ideal. He wants your love. That's Pisces energy, but he wants your love. He wants this partnership. He wants everything with you. He wants love. He wants business. He wants everything. This is past life connection. This is not just someone you've known in this life from when you were teenagers or young people or children or what. This is past life. This is before he's known you before. Like in every lifetime, you're like a siren to him or some ethereal creature. You're otherworldly to him. And you sing a song in your soul. Your lips aren't even moving and it calls to him. That was beautiful. Woo! But baby, he want to give you this. He want to give you this one so bad, even if he does not know you. Like, some of them are having dreams about, and you all haven't known each other. And some of them are having dreams about their feminine, and they're making love to her, but they're young students, And they're just flirty, but there's a knowing there. It's very interesting. This is the most interesting, the connection between you reading I've ever done. All right. What about the masculine feminine attracts you? Why are you attracted to the masculine? Why are you attracted to the masculine? Okay, I need to shuffle more. Did I already? Yeah, I did. Okay, sorry. Let me put that back. Why are you attracted to the masculine? Bottom of the deck is trust. Trust in the unexpected, but there's something about this that neither one of you trusts. It's like both of you have a bit of fear. When it comes to trusting another person, but that's the only way you're going to come together. You're going to have to trust in the unknown. You're going to have to trust in divine and God. Feminine, you have change, self-love, sovereignty, and power in reverse. What attracts you to your masculine is that he doesn't change his self-love concept. He doesn't. It's all bravado, and not even always bravado. I mean, that's just what he puts on. That's just the face he puts on when he feels like he's getting too close to being vulnerable, to you or others. He just, it becomes an ego thing, but he really loves himself, and his self-confidence comes from that, because this is him. And I did, a reading earlier where he saw the Pisces like that, but in reality, he's like this. The masculine is like this. Like, he's a loner. He can walk alone. He's strong like that. But he doesn't always show forth. He doesn't always act in a powerful way. What about him does he not? Yeah, when it comes to creating a stronger version of himself or a more elevated version, he doesn't use his power for that. He doesn't. He uses it in other ways that are good, but just not always to discipline the D, What about the feminine is the masculine attracted to? So I don't know why the feminine would be. I think it's almost like knowing that he's human, knowing that she knows him so well attracts her. You know what I mean? That she could see right through him and know that he has a weakness, that he's not just a walking God, child of the Most High and untouchable. That makes him relatable to her. Okay. What about the feminine? Is the masculine attracted? Ooh. You know what? I'm going to turn these upright because it's just, I think that what the feminine loves about the masculine is that he is powerful and he is creative and he does create his own reality as God over all that he surveys. That is how he is in some aspect of his life. That is why he is divine masculine. What attracts him to the feminine? Yes. What attracts him to the feminine? What's funny about the masculine is, look at that attraction. Look at that. This is like the attraction between you is a force, like the creative force of the universe. It exists just like everything that was created in the beginning exists. It's so much bigger than these two physical beings. Here comes one of my children to interrupt my reading. So the masculine has growth, pleasure, self-reflection, purity, and fear. He loves that you're multifaceted, first of all. But he loves that you're humble enough because he sees you as having like a level of purity that's so beautiful. Like he's almost in awe of it, but at the same time, he likes that you're human. And your human side shows up when you think about that you're not always right. Like you humble yourself. And then you have real fears. You know what I mean? It's like, I saw this TikTok where they were going in on this man who was dumb enough to say women should not be independent when they're around men. And it's not that he doesn't want you to be your best, because he does. He does. Right? But he loves that even as the powerful being you are, the powerful feminine you are, you still need him in some way. He loves that. He loves that you have some type of, he doesn't love that you have fear for things, but fear is really like insecurities, that kind of fear, He loves that you're not perfectly confident, because why? Because he gives you that. He gives you some of that. Just like I said earlier, whenever you connect, you get something from him that causes you to grow. But you hate it that on your own sometimes you get stuck in the hangman. You hate that stuck energy. But if you connect with him, all of a sudden it's like, ah, the clouds clear, the storm is gone, and you right back to, receiving divine revelation and shit for whatever your work is. He's attracted to all of you. He's attracted to all of you pleasure. He feels like you love it just like he loves shit. What about the masculine drives you crazy sometimes? Lord have mercy. What about the masculine feminine drives you crazy? That as soon as they think something, as soon as they think a connection with a person, or as soon as they think anything, they do it. As soon as, I'm going to do this is going to make it blah, 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 blah. Abundance, right? It's like they're so divinely connected that the pleasure that the masculine takes in the feminine probably needing him, the feminine wishes the masculine needed her. And he's so attracted to beauty that it's like, even though the connection is protected and he's protected and, he's abundant and all, he ain't loyal worth shit. Look at that. He's just like, well, I mean, I'm fine. She fine. What you expect me to do? Oh, God. And he can get somebody at the snap of his fingers. What about the feminine drives the masculine crazy? What about the feminine? I said, what about the what? What? Hold on, those cards, they stuck together. That's for my other. Let me shuffle a minute. No, okay, it flew out. So there's a trust about her. What he doesn't like is that it's almost like she trusts people and he doesn't want her to go through anything else because she's been through a lot. And he wishes she wasn't so trusting, or he thinks she's so trusting that it makes him feel like she could be in danger at times because they're not together. Like he wants to be able to protect her, but she doesn't feel that way. And he doesn't like that. She doesn't see the danger or the darkness like he does. Because she just trusts. She trusts in divine. And that connection of hers, she releases him and he's like, no, but you still need me. And I worry about you. That kind of thing. New bottom of the deck. And that drives him crazy. Resistance. And both sides resist the connection. Even though the feminine may say she's not resisting, and at times they both do. And it looks like this. He wants to walk away. But even this concern for her, he just wants to wrap her up and keep her safe because she has fears that he feels like it may be coming from trauma, or, you know what I mean? It's just because she's been through a lot. Like, that's all I could come up with, because she's been through a lot. So she's kind of, changed. I mean, as much as confident as she is, she needs me for something. So that causes, even though he resists and wants to walk away, he can't go because he's like, I can't just leave her. And she resists him because of his ability to run after, beautiful women and still be protected. Still know he can reach out and he'll still be abundant. He'll still be winning even if he wins with somebody else or whatever. Like, The masculine has no doubt in his being that he's been choosing amazing women. And he knows what kind of women they are. And he knows he can get abundance by being with any of them. Even though none of them are his feminine except his feminine. How does divine feminine want this to evolve? How does divine feminine? She wants it to evolve into a stable marriage, a real relationship, a soul bond in the physical realm. She wants the twin flame contract. She wants that shit. I'm only gonna pull two because gotta tell a story about that. That's deep enough. Look at that shit. The star. She wants her motherfucking destiny. You said in the spirit realm before we came here, we were gonna find each other and and do the damn thing. Because we made mistakes in previous lifetimes. We're supposed to get it right this time. And she's about to read him the riot act. You know, because she's just like, come on. What we doing? Let's get a new bottom of the deck. But that's what she wants, you know. She wants the real deal. She does. But at the same time, she's guarding herself from it. Ooh. Her boundaries, yeah. Like she's not opening her heart very easily, not even to her masculine right now. Like she's not. Look at that. This was sticking out this way from the deck when I got the Queen of Swords. So I said, well, let me look at it. It's because she loves so much. Like she really believes in this. She loves her twin. She just, even if she's never met him, even if she has, whatever the case is, the love is already there. Just the knowing that he exists makes her love him. But also knowing what else exists makes her Queen of Swords. And that's real. And it's the same protective energy that the masculine feels for his true feminine. And it doesn't matter if he knows her or not. He just knows the shit that's out here. He's like, God, I gotta find her, because not just to love her, but I gotta protect her. She out here in this world. How does he want the connection with his feminine to evolve? Like when he meets her, he wants to go straight into work mode. Like he feels like this is the kind of person that has wanted to work with every divine feminine he's ever met, and he never has. With this one, he feels like he's going to know right away, yep, let's do it. Whatever we doing, let's do it. Like, it's just going to move quickly. It's going to go straight forward. It's going to be a knowing. It's just going to be. It's just going to happen. He feels like that's how it's going to be. Let's see what else from the masculine side. Yeah, it's going to happen. The stuck behavior he's been in all his life with these divine feminines, just always on the cusp of he could. No, you could not have made it work with a feminine who was not. I mean, you could have, but it still would have been something in his spirit knew each time that's not the exact one. But it's only when he meets that exact one and just falls in love, and she falls in love, and they don't give a shit what their defects are or what's in the way or none of that. It just dispels all the stuck behavior in both of them. That's when he's going to know. That's when he's going to come rushing in. That's when the work is just going to jump. Everything is just going to jump off. New bottom of the deck. And then I'm going to end this. Yep. See, didn't I say it's going to jump off? He believes in that. He believes in that. He feels like he feels like if I haven't met her and something tells me I haven't, I'm going to know her when I do. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about this, how it resonates. I know sometimes you all get really frustrated when a reading comes out where it seems like divine is saying it's going to happen, this, that, and the other. I don't plan these readings. I only channel them. And so I'm telling you, I can't even tell you what all I said. All I can tell you is cohesive from beginning to end. So go back and listen to it. All right? All right. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Peace.